Sarah, welcome back to another speed build. This is a build that I did for Pride 2020, and I'm pretty excited to show it to you because it's the first one that I recorded from beginning to end. If you see here, there is a floor plan up on the screen, which is what I will be following for most of the build. I'm going to take it away once I actually have the floor plan out, and then I'll decorate and whatnot. The floor plan is actually from a guy named Kevin Lee Art, who developed some floor plans of mansions that somebody else made. I think it was, I don't know who it was, but anyway, he adapted them and made them into floor plans that are just up on his store on Instagram. So I decided that I would try to make them from The Sims, and I actually found out about him through Deligracy, who made a couple of builds herself. I don't believe she did an L, and even if we end up doing the same letters, they're going to look completely different because obviously we have different styles. So it'd be really cool to see other simmers or some of you, taking up the same challenge, or even taking some of our builds and redecorating them. That'd be pretty awesome. So here you can see I'm just sort of putting windows and items that you can see in the floor plan. You probably can't see it too well up in the corner, but that's what I'm following. And I'm just kind of adjusting the size and making sure that what needs to be there is there, and will actually fit in with the objects in The Sims. So I put the stove there, but I think I ended up changing that and putting the sink there instead of putting the stove where the sink is. So that's where that is. And there's a lot of closets in the floor plan, and obviously Sims don't really need closets. So I did save a couple of them and put the closet item in from one of the packs. I don't know what it's from, in a couple of the rooms, but the other ones I may have merged or turned it to another restroom or whatnot, or just made another room bigger. So it's going to look completely different. These are just sort of whatever first windows that I grabbed, or doors or whatnot. I don't know why. I always use those clear doors for my placeholder doors. I like to put them in bathrooms too, so sometimes I keep them. I hadn't decided at this point what style I was going to go for, so I just kind of grabbed whatever object was there just to kind of make things to where I knew what size room I needed it to be. So right here is like a guest bedroom, and I think in the plans it actually has 4 bedrooms, but unless you're going to play with a pretty large family, you don't really need to have 4 full bedrooms. So I turned one of them into a child playroom, and then we still have this guest bedroom in case they have people who want to spend the night or whatever. And I started this out with putting the Tinker family from the new Eco Lifestyle game in there because it's a cute lesbian couple who have a daughter, and it's the L house for Pride, so L for lesbian, I put them in there. I think here I'm realizing that the closet doesn't necessarily fit in, but we'll see. I think I flipped things around a little later on because the hallway angle's there as well. So yeah, so this room right here that I'm working on, it ends up being Olive's playroom, and I believe I keep the bathroom and make it a little bit bigger, and so then she has like a bathroom right next to her playroom, and then she's got her room across the hallway and a way to get into her playroom pretty easily. But yeah, when I'm doing these builds, I just kind of throw in objects that are in the floor plan, so I can just figure out what's going on. I was not sure what that was over there on the other side, so I just sort of followed that. And yeah, I think it's supposed to be another closet. There was another one sort of over in sort of the apex of the L next to that main living area bathroom. It's a half bath, but it's the closest bath to the kitchen, the living room. It was a workout room, but now it's Tina's recycling and fabrication room because she's a fabricator, and so she needs, if she wants to work at home, she needs a fabrication room. So, yeah, I didn't feel like it was necessary to the closet there. Obviously, if people are living in it, they'll probably want some closets, but Sims don't need closets. So, yeah. So this room right here was obviously supposed to be a child's bedroom, and then right next to it is the master bedroom, and then a very grand closet and bathroom area. And at this point, I'm starting to think, like, okay, what style of this house is going to be? Because right now, I'm building it in Oasis Springs, where the park is. I believe it's a 50 by 50 lot. And I'm not really sure how big the build is going to be initially, so I usually try to start them in a large build and then move them. So I ended up moving this house to Windenburg and went sort of with the Windenburg style. So this was one of the closets that I ended up keeping, and then I raised the foundation just a little bit because there were stairs coming in, and then like a cute pathway that is lined with bushes. So I thought that lent itself to Windenburg quite well because they've got the hedge maze and they've got just sort of that cute little style that they have there. So I think at this point that I decided, okay, this is going to go to Windenburg. And as you see, like, the build doesn't take up the entire space, so there's no reason for it to be on such a big lot. So when I move it, I try to move it into a lot that it does fit in, and it fits pretty perfectly. There's not a whole lot of front lawn. I really wanted to use those trees, and they just didn't fit. Like, in the front door plans, there's like 3 little bushes, and I thought I could make it work, but it just didn't look right, so I took it out. So yeah, here I'm putting some basic items in and just trying to figure out the layout of this room, where the toilet's going to go, where the bathtub's going to go. The bathtub got in the way of the shower, the toilet's getting in the way of the bathtub. And I don't like it when the showers have the tiled side out, so I was just moving it around, but then I ended up moving it completely around once I started putting styling into it. I think this is where I realized that the hallways angle on the other side as well, and then I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to change a little bit. And right there, I think I did put in that closet, and then I said, okay, this little half bath is going to be a little bit bigger, so adjusting the size of the rooms just to make sure that they're not too big, not too small. And then I think we are just about to, yep, we're saving it and then moving it on over to Windenburg. I was trying to find which lot it would fit on pretty well, and then I realized, okay, it doesn't need to be a giant lot. Oh, so I moved it to Willow Creek first. Okay. So here I'm readjusting it, and I don't know why I did that right there. Or there we go. Now I'm moving it to Winterberg. Oh, I was counting how many spaces that I had left. Okay. That was actually smart. It wasn't me just putting floor on the grass for no reason. Oh man, so here is where I'm trying to do roofs, and I was not great at roofs. I'm getting better at roofs. Honestly, when you see my letter B build, it will, it's not the best, but it's better than this. But I go back and forth a couple of times to look at a couple of more Winterberg houses to see sort of how their roofs are and how I can kind of make it look a little bit more interesting and not so boxy. Because right now it's literally just one long strip and another long strip, and it's metal. So I wanted to make it look a little bit less have a little bit of interest there, put a little bit of dormers in or whatever. Just kind of looking at, I think I go back to that house like 3 or 4 times to actually sort of see what they look like and maybe, you know, kind of look at styling. And I think I ended up doing a pretty decent job. I ended up watching, I believe, a Kate Emerald tutorial on how to do roofs. Either that or she was teaching how to make a house not look so boxy, and there were some roof tutorials in that as well. And so that really helped me a lot. And I thought it'd be kind of cute to have like that on the end. So already it's not looking as super boxy right there. Also putting some trim on and some items on the roof really helps. And also changing the shape of the roof and the height of the roof. That really helps a lot. So I ended up doing a couple of sort of roofs that sort of concave and convex. I'm not sure you'll see any house that actually has that in Winterberg or anywhere else, but that's what's happening. And this was right after Eco Lifestyle came out, so there are a couple of bugs still happening, and I believe when I uploaded it to the gallery, there were still a couple of bugs. So the door inside where Tina's little office is, where her recycler is and stuff, it's still kind of glitching, but they did make it so that we could put windows anywhere and doors anywhere, but they still kind of glitch the wall a little bit. So hopefully if you download this off the gallery, it will have fixed just a little tiny bit. And I threw a couple of those chimneys over on that section because I think there's a fireplace there, but then I ended up moving the fireplace further down. And I thought these little cookie things, I don't know what they're called, coming out of the dormers were pretty cute. But what was glitching is that when you put an item on the roof, all of a sudden it just raised all the way up. And if you don't know how to raise or lower things, then that's really going to mess you up because, like, what are you going to do with a floating thing right up in the air? So if you don't know, it's the brackets. It's not the apostrophe, not, what is that called? No, the abbreviations. It's the sort of square ones that are usually next to, English language keyboards, sort of next to the Enter key, next to and above the Enter key, right above the comma and a semicolon, and next to the P. Those will size up and down your objects. And then to raise and lower, you hit Control 9 and 0. Now, if you can just hit 9, but usually it will snap you back to a particular section of your house. So I just always hold control 9, but you don't have to hold control for 0. And it's the 9 and the 0 above your letters, not the ones that are on your number pad. So here I've decided that I'm going to live my best life and put in some stained glass windows, and here I see this like really adorable window thing, and I'm like, yes, this is going on my house, but I think it did not end up going on the house because it does not match up with anything. So that really disappointed me. And I didn't think about carving up or anything, but like, yeah, I really was trying to make the roof match it and really make it work, and then I was trying to put a wall underneath it, and just it doesn't work. So Maxis, if you could give us a cute window thing that we could put on the roof that matches with the floor or the wall, that would be great. I guess you could make it sort of like a bay window sort of situation on a 1-story house, but it just seems like it should be on the roof to me. So I think I ended up taking it out, but I did keep that bay window on the other side. And here I'm just sort of putting some little windows in with shutters that are pretty cute. But I think I ended up deciding that I really love the stained glass windows, so I ended up putting those on everything. And I realized that the tinkerers do not really look out very well through the stained glass windows. But they have a couple of these really big windows that are only partially stained, so they could see out of those pretty well. And the stained glass is going to make it so that when the light shines through, it's just going to be really pretty, and it's going to give the house a nice, warm, and cozy environment. So I thought that would be great. And Yasmeen is a writer, so she gets an office. Currently, they only have one office and one computer, so they share it if somebody else needs to use a computer. Tina has to sometimes send in her submissions for her freelancing fabricator career. Is that what it's called? Fabricator career? Anyway, she has to send it through the computer sometimes. So if Yasmeen is working on a book or whatnot, then it'll share the computer, or Tina could go to the library or maybe a laptop. That would be okay too. And so here I'm trying to find a swing set that matches, and it made me really sad because the swing set that has, I don't know why I'm looking at this there, but anyway, the swing set that has the vines came with the like backyard garden set. I'm really bad with the names of these expansions, sorry guys. But yeah, it didn't come with the swing set too, and obviously if you're going to put a swing set, you want to put a monkey bars too. So the swing set does not have any vines on it, and the only one that really matches is the white, which it ends up looking pretty cute, but I wish there was one with vines. And at this point, I have not figured out how to add vines or whatever onto objects. I think now I could do it with the tool mod, but I didn't know about the tool mod at this point, so it's just a plain white swing set and viney monkey bars. So at this point, I am actually trying to style the house. So I'm in the floor plan. They actually do have like a very large table, and I know the tinkerers are just 3 people, but I like to think that they want to entertain sometimes. So I'm just trying to find some nice chairs that look good, and maybe a nice rug. I changed that rug around quite a few times. I'm just sort of flipping through some rugs to see one that I that I like. I did really like this one, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll do like sort of a red on the wall that'll look really cute. And then I might have taken that rug out and actually put more of like a antique looking rug, because it doesn't exactly fit. So, and here off of the kitchen there was sort of like a pantry area, so I went and found a pantry to put in there, and then here I thought that'd be sort of a mud room that they could put their shoes. And then I think I'm looking for sort of a dining hutch that's here, and some sort of cute decorative items. Not sure why I'm doing decorative items before I'm doing like the rest of the room, but I'll usually go through the clutter and the debug items again a couple of times. And for this build right here, I did not know the show live edit objects sheet. So it's probably a good idea if you're downloading something off the gallery to always have the move objects sheet on, just to make sure that things are going to stay where they were placed. But yeah, you don't need to have the show live edit objects or the show hidden objects sheet on to be able to place things. But I think I would have liked to do some of those live edit debug items and use them. But I think that would make my build a lot longer, because I'm just going to look through everything all the time. So you'll see there that I'm trying to flip through and change the color and sort of see what I like. I don't know why I'm playing with this round fish tank table. There's one day that I'm going to use that fish tank table in a build and it's going to look legit, but this is not this is not that build. It does not fit here. So and I think I ended up taking that coffee table away and just using these side tables because it's just too bulky, and they've already got a big fireplace and they don't really need it there. And I thought that the fireplace just really needed some stuff next to it. Okay, so here I decided that I didn't understand why in the build there were two living rooms. So I thought, okay, this is gonna be an office, and then I did use an extra cheat here. It's ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement. It's really long, but it allows you to use objects that a sim might earn by achieving like a certain level of their career or a challenge. So that way, if you're just trying to build, then you don't have to play the game through and get somebody to a certain level in order to use that object. So it just unlocks certain items, and you can usually see them in build mode. You just can't access them unless you use that cheat. So right here, I'm trying to find something to put next to the fireplace that looks okay and doesn't really overpower it too much. I'm trying to find sort of either a tall bookcase that looks okay or a short bookcase. I think I end up using these little credenzas, I believe they're called, next to it and adjusting where the mirrors are. I'm trying out a couple more items to see if maybe that looks okay there. And I'm not sure why I got that hutch way over there, but that's what happened. And here I'm trying to find some sort of art that might look decent on the walls. It's a nice house, so they need sort of like fancy art on the walls. Now, I'm not sure how Tina and Yasmeen got so rich because they have a ginormous house in whatever that neighborhood is. That's Equal Lifestyle. Is it Conversation? Evergreen Harbor is the whole neighborhood, but whatever section that they're in, they have a ginormous house. So they make a lot of money by writing and fabricating. And Gina's actually a master fabricator, so when you're playing another character, she'll show up and sort of help you up your fabricating game. So I guess that makes quite a bit of money. So yeah, they've got this nice little fancy house. Her daughter is a good student, and she is just adorable and good, and she doesn't do anything bad. And so they decided that they were going to just spoil her, and not super spoil her, but just give her, her cute little playroom that has all the paintings in it. And that was sort of me living out my fantasy of having an adorable pink unicorn room, because I love pink unicorn stuff. There's no way to actually integrate that into your personal style and make it look not ridiculous as an adult. So that was me living out my childhood or even adulthood fantasy. I was gonna actually do my bathroom purple sparkly and spray paint the wall with purple sparkly glitter, and then I decided that was ridiculous, and I was not going to do that. So it was a sad day when I realized that it probably looked ridiculous, but I might find one place that wouldn't look, I don't know how I'm going to do it. One day there will be a glitter something somewhere. Probably not in this house though, because I own a 1940s adorable little house, and I actually have on the gallery my attempt to make this house, and that was before I knew any of the cheats. I didn't know move objects, I didn't know show hidden objects, I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to save it and move it to another location. So at some point I'm going to actually go back and fix the house and make it more of a proportional size to what this house actually is, because the backyard of my house is ginormous, and in my Sims house it is not that big. And I think I put my Sims self. Did I put my Sims self family on the gallery? No, I don't think I did. Maybe I did. You'll have to check. Tell me in the comments if I did. But when I was playing, I was going through and trying out different families, because I like to play Tommy sometimes, and I like to sort of look at their story and sort of play them out how they might like to be played out. It's not, doing my own storytelling is not necessarily my forte. I like to play, I like to build, but I mostly like to play with pre-made Sims or Sims that somebody else has made and made a little story from. So anyway, I was trying out some of the other Sims, and I did not realize that there was an option in the options menu where you turn off aging of Sims that you've played. So I thought that the Sims that I'd already played weren't going to age, but everybody else in the town would age. And by the time I came back to my house and my Sim self, my dog in the save, died. And so I might like delete us and actually put my saved stuff back in, but then I made my partner, I got some more expansions too, so that was another thing that was sort of missing, was that I didn't have all the expansions. I think I just had base game, and there weren't any engineers, and he's an engineer, so I changed his career to engineer, and changed my hair because my hair just wasn't a good hair for me. There was like an angled straight bob, and my hair is not really straight. It's sort of wavy, and generally I wear it up, you know, in like a pin or like a bobby pin. So it wasn't exactly right. But yeah, I was pretty devastated that my dog died, and I was gonna try to do like a resurrection pet treat, but he just will not come out as a ghost dog. So I think I'm just gonna delete us and put us back in the house and redo the house and just kind of record all of it and when I have a video. But I've got quite a few videos that I need to edit and do a voiceover for before I can actually get to that. This is going to be the first in a series of at least 5, 6. I'm actually not done with the last 2 because I want to do LGBTQIA. So I guess there's 3 more. I was trying to get them all done before Pride Month ended, but you know what? Pride could be any time of the year, and you know, you can download these off the gallery any time of the year as well. So yeah, but the next one is G, and I'm not sure how long that one's going to end up being, because I set this up 8 times, so hopefully you can see sort of what I'm doing without it being too fast. Maybe I'll slow down the actual like floor plan part of it, and then just speed up the decorating a little bit faster. Let me know what you guys like when you're watching speed build. So yeah, here I'm adjusting sort of the windows, because I had a window that was sort of like split between rooms, and you can do that, but like it doesn't really look good from the inside. So I think I ended up moving it over, or putting like a large window there as well, and then from the outside I'm not sure if it's quite centered with the roof, but oh yeah, here we go. Switched them, and now that one's in between. And that big window doesn't look great there. Okay, now we fixed it. Looks okay. And this is my struggle with the curtains here, because these are giant windows, but like people want some privacy in their bedrooms, and they also want it to be dark. I like it to be as dark as possible when I'm sleeping, so yeah, I definitely want some curtains in the bedroom. And yeah, those windows are very big, and so I ended up using these sort of like big giant sort of gothic looking curtains, and I'm not sure why I thought that Tina and Yasmeen would like sort of gothic-y style in their bedroom and bathroom, but that's what it ended up being. I feel like they have their sort of inner goth, not actually like goth family goth, but you know, goth style that they like. And they're in like an olive room, and it's very pink, and I thought that she would get a whirlpool tub too, but then I took it out and put just a shower. So children can take showers. Like if you have toddlers, you need a bathtub, but you don't need one for a child. Children like bathtubs, but her parents have they have a whirlpool tub in their bathroom, so she can go use that if she wants to. And then here I'm just putting all of the pink things in the playroom. And I don't know if I was looking through to see if I wanted to put a toddler bed in there. I don't know. I didn't know if I was going to have them adopt a baby, but then I ended up just making that just a complete playroom study room, so she could do her homework in there, and putting all the pink things. And then I think I realized that you can do a filter items by color. Maybe I didn't realize that when I was making this, but I definitely did realize that when I was making the next build, because the next build is very rainbowy. Very, very rainbowy. Because it's the G house. So, of course it's very rainbowy. Yeah, I'm trying to find all the cute pink things, and the little butterflies on the wall are adorable. And then I made sort of like some rug in there with like a little frog on. I don't know if maybe I kept the frog in there. I think that's pretty cool. And I think I'm trying to find. Oh no, I think I took the frog out and then I put that cute little symbol in the middle to make it more of a cohesive look. And then I'm trying to find an appropriate rug for the bedroom. And this rug actually comes in a couple of different colors. There's like a goldy one and there's like a gray looking one. And then here I think I'm trying to make sort of a custom rug thing, but then I end up just keeping another rug. So I think I messed with the carpet and the flooring quite a bit. And then I'm not sure if I want to keep that rug with that really elaborate carpet, and I think that Olive needs a really cute wallpaper for her bedroom and the playroom. And then here I'm styling the guest bedroom, and it's more of a pastel, light blue, just a nice vibe energy. And I put a mailbox, and I'm putting a trash can in the kitchen, because sometimes I forget to put a trash can in the kitchen, which is fine because they'll take their trash all the way outside, but they don't always like to do that. So here I thought maybe I would make a little workout room. So I took away the pantry, and then I made these double doors, and that's where they clip at the wall, and I think I left it that way. Sorry guys. So I thought, oh, okay, they could do the yoga mat and a punching bag and a little thing to run. But then I ended up making that a room for Tina to recycle and fabricate her stuff. And here I'm finding some decorative items. I thought maybe I would put a bar in, but there's not really any room. And then I thought, I always forget about like skills when I'm making houses. So I thought the office would be a good place to put a chess table. I don't think either one of them really needs logic for their careers, but it's a good thing to have, and it's fun for Sims. So, and sometimes the kids like to play chess for their skills, so that, and you don't know what else she's gonna end up wanting to do when she's a teenager, so she could want to play chess, join a chess team. Okay, here I am fixing the walls, because originally I just kind of slapped a color on there, and it looks fine. It's totally appropriate for the style house, but it's just sort of like a stucco or like a plaster Adobe sort of thing. So I wanted it to be a little more fancy. And there I decided to put the horseshoe game outside because I thought that'd be fun for them, and maybe some gardening things, maybe a little wishing well, because the wishing well looks great with this style house. Fantastic. I have not had a sim die from the wishing well before. I've been really afraid to actually use it. So let me know in the comments if you guys have had any of your sims die from the wishing well. But I decided to go ahead and risk it here for these sims. And I've got full autonomy on, so they can go make a wish whenever they want. Unfortunately, when I was playtesting this, Olive grew up and is a teenager now, and now her little playroom and cute little girl's bedroom really don't fit, and yeah, so I actually get the Tukers again, you know, when they were straight off the gallery or whatever, and stick them in, because she grew up way too fast. And here I'm trying to find an appropriate wall for the bathroom. I like tile in the bathroom, but sometimes just can't find the right tile. I think I ended up with like a black tile from maybe the spa day. And here I am putting just plants everywhere, because plants just, they light up rooms. They just make things a lot nicer. That's a cute little polka dot planter. I think I left it in the bathroom over there. And it just sort of brings a build together when you have a bunch of plants everywhere. So I don't know if I kept those two planter objects. No, I think I just took them out right there, and then I put bushes. Yeah, I love to put little plants everywhere. And then I also, I was the one family in the lifestyle. They've got that kid that has a bag over his head. I don't remember their name, but we've got a teenager who always wears bags on his head and has a bare feet and overalls, and his overalls have like one of them unstrapped. I don't even know if I've seen that in the past, but I don't normally like to play with boys, so I spent a lot of time with girl characters. But anyway, in that house, like the way that it came, it cracked me up, because I was actually redoing that house, and they have like a side table with 3 roosters on it. 3 different colored roosters or chickens there, and I thought that was hilarious. And now I try to put a chicken or a rooster just sort of somewhere in the house somewhere, because I think it's hilarious if it's appropriate. Like sometimes you can't justify a rooster, but in this build I believe I put a rooster. And here I am just sort of making some the entranceway, some flowers, and I thought I was going to do 2 different color flowers, and then it looked dumb, so I fixed it. And putting more plants. Putting little plants in Olive's room. And putting a little candle, which is probably not safe for a little girl to have in her room, but luckily they cannot set the house on fire with their candles or lamps, as far as I know. And then here, I believe I'm going through, like, yeah, there's the chicken. There's the chicken. Okay, so this is not the debug items, it's just the decorative items, but just trying to add a little bit more. What? Okay, I thought there was like a snail statue thing. I don't actually remember seeing that, but apparently I took it out and thought, let's see how big this is. And it was very big, and you can size it down, but like, I was going to put a snail in there. And here I was just putting some clutter objects in the kitchen, and I saw somebody, was it Pamela? She took away her counter and then was able to actually like place your clutter objects on there without it snapping too, which is great. But then when I played, they wouldn't use that counter, so I need to figure out something, maybe the red shelf or something, so they can actually still use that counter with clutter objects on it. And I put one of those like mats that help your feet not get fatigued or your back not get fatigued, like a pushy mat in front of the fabricator, because that's her job, so she's gonna stand there for a while. You should let people sit. And then of course I had to put the lesbian flag. I don't remember, did I put it on the roof or, oh yeah, I had it flying above the house. I think on my other builds I actually put like a flag pole outside, but on this one there was already that little thing there, so I thought that would be cute. And I kind of exhaustively go through the clutter items like a lot during my builds. I don't have everything like super memorized, and some of the things you can't search for, or if you don't know the exact name of it, you can't really find it. So if you guys don't like see me adding like every single clutter thing ever, just let me know and I'll cut some of it out. But like when I'm watching other Simmers videos, I find their clutter stuff super interesting, and the way that they decorate, and almost more than I like the way that they build their house. And I really like to build using floor plans of real houses or real floor plans that have been used. I find it kind of awkward to just sort of build a house and be like, okay, put a living room over here, put a living room over here. It's just a lot easier for me if there's already a floor plan. So, and there's so many really cool floor plans, so why not? We all can't be, Kate Emerald, who makes these amazing, ginormous builds, and she says that she's not the best at, like, doing interiors, but I think she's great at doing interiors as well. But we all have different things that we really love doing, and I think it's awesome that we all have different things that we love doing and have our strengths, and that is sort of what makes our community strong, is that we all have different things that are our strengths and our weaknesses, and things that we love doing in the game. And I would feel totally honored to be able to collaborate with somebody who might feel like they don't do interiors very good and do their interior for them, or I don't feel like I create Sims with really good storylines, so maybe somebody would make something like that for one of my builds. I don't know, but I think that'd be really fun. So at this point, I'm looking for some landscaping objects, and I don't think I did like a ton of landscaping on this build. I think building in this style home, like the landscaping is it's not really my expertise, and I'm still getting used to using the tray tools and the painting tools and stuff. So hopefully I did a pretty good job. But I wanted to put a couple of interesting things out in the garden, and if you want to put a pool there instead, that would look great. There wasn't a pool in the plans, and sometimes I'll just put something if it's not in the plans, if it might make sense, but I thought wishing wells, some interesting trees, a little bit of flowers, some trees, little pathway over to the monkey bars and the swing set, because kids, they wear sort of a hole in the grass, so and if you're going to go walk over the wishing well, you might have a little bit of a path that way, and over to the bird feeder and the bird bath, you have a little bit of a pathway there. And here is trying to make the pathway work and sort of blend into the outside surround, but it didn't. So I apologize about that. So we work on terrain for a little bit. I think I put just a smidgen of flowers. Check out that plant. I did end up being able to fit in this sort of like ball-looking plant, so that was fun. And I think here's where I'm play testing a little bit and making sure they can actually use everything. Later on, when I'm doing a walkthrough, I had a hard time getting them to actually sit down at the computer. So I don't know why, because that computer chair is legit. Like, they could sit on it, but for some reason, if you sit on the computer, they just don't want to sit down. So you have to sit down and then use the computer. But I ended up putting a different computer there just because I thought maybe it was the computer's issue. I don't know. So here we have the walkthrough, and I'm going to go ahead and turn up the music and let you enjoy. Thanks for watching.